As a traveler, it's extremely important to know your passenger rights before accepting anything that an airline is offering you after canceling your flight. If you accept a credit or a new booking, you are waiving your right to a refund instead. In today's video, I'll be covering exactly what you should get if you have a flight within, to, or from the United States that ends up canceled or significantly changed. Now, to keep things simple, according to the Department of Transportation, if an airline cancels your flight, you are entitled to a full refund to the original payment method. It does not matter if the flight is in 3 minutes or in 3 months from now. If the airline cancels the flight, they are breaking the agreement that you had with them. They can no longer complete the service that you paid for, and therefore you are entitled to a full refund. Not an airline credit, not a new flight, a refund. The reason for cancellation also does not matter. It can be the airline's fault, like a mechanical error or a staffing issue, or it can be something that's out of their control, like bad weather or restrictions from the pandemic. I'll be running through specific scenarios that US travelers face and also let you know what you are entitled to and what you are not. I've included timestamps down in the description so you can jump ahead to your specific question if you don't want to watch the full video. But I don't encourage it, but you can. If you are a US traveler and you have a non-refundable ticket, you should always wait for the airline to cancel the flight as opposed to being proactive and canceling it yourself if you expect that the flight is not going to happen. This could be because of a hurricane in the destination or perhaps regulations from the pandemic, and you know they're going to cancel the flight. Always, always, always wait for them to cancel it. Do not cancel it yourself. When a flight is at risk of being canceled, you may receive a notice from the airline that your flight is potentially not happening, and that if you cancel now, you will get a full airline credit to use in the future. Don't cancel. Even if they tell you that if you wait another week to cancel, you're only going to get half that amount in airline credit. Still don't cancel. I definitely see how this sounds pretty appealing to take them up on the offer for credit, given that you have a non-refundable flight. So in your mind, it may be, ooh, I accept the full credit now, or I get nothing because my flight is non-refundable. That is not the case. You will not get nothing. You will either take that flight as scheduled, or the airline will cancel the flight, at which point you are entitled to a full refund, not the flight credit or the half flight credit that they may be offering. If you do take them up on their offer, you are waiving your passenger rights for that refund in the future when they would inevitably cancel the flight. With a non-refundable ticket, you canceling waives your rights to pretty much anything from the airline. So if you have personal reasons, or perhaps you're nervous about flying at this time and you decide to cancel, you're not getting anything for that flight. If you purchased a refundable ticket, you can cancel at any time for any reason or no reason at all. To find out if your flight is canceled, you can go on the airline's website, check flight schedules, and then type in the date, time, and flight number that you are flying on. They'll tell you if there's any delays or changes to the flight. You can also check a website like flightaware.com, which is going to give you updated information on cancellations within, into, or out of the United States. Alternatively, just keep an eye on your inbox, as an airline is likely going to email you as soon as there is a change or a cancellation to the flight that you were booked on. A likely scenario is that you booked a round-trip flight and then one of the segments of that trip ends up being canceled. So for example, you book a round trip with United Airlines from Atlanta to Miami and then back to Atlanta a week later. Let's say the first segment, Atlanta to Miami, is canceled, but the Miami to Atlanta flight a week later is still running as scheduled. In a case like this, you can decide not to take the trip and get a refund for the full round-trip itinerary. That includes both flights, even though one of those flights is not canceled, assuming you decide not to take the trip. If you did not book a round trip with a single airline and a single itinerary, then you're not going to be so lucky. Say, for example, instead of this round trip from Atlanta to Miami with United, you instead booked a one-way trip with United Airlines, Atlanta to Miami, and then a separate one-way trip with Delta Airlines from Miami back to Atlanta because you found a better deal by booking with different carriers. In a case like this, if either of those flights are canceled, they don't affect the other. United Airlines does not care if they cancel your flight and then therefore you cannot take the flight with Delta in the future. They are separate contracts, separate itineraries, separate bookings. you're not going to be refunded for that later flight. On a similar note to having a separate booking with a different airline, you will also not be refunded for any separate bookings that you make with hotel companies or car rental companies or any other prepaid expenses that you put up for your trip. So if you have that round trip to Miami with United Airlines, it cancels the full trip, but you had prepaid for your hotel, you are not going to get that refunded, at least not by the airline. Again, separate companies, separate contracts. What you can do in a case like this is if you booked travel insurance, you may have cancellation insurance, which would then cover you for these expenses. You will, however, be refunded for things that you book all together under a single itinerary. So for example, if you go to selloffvacations.com and you book an all-inclusive package that includes your flight as well as a week-long stay at a resort and then your flight home, all booked as one itinerary, you'll be refunded for the entirety of that itinerary, whether it's the flight that's canceled or the hotel stay. It was all booked together and paid to selloffvacations.com, and if any segment of that all-inclusive vacation is canceled, Sell Off Vacations can no longer deliver on the service that they sold you, and therefore the whole thing is refundable. Another situation that you may find yourself in is when the airline makes a significant change to a flight that you are scheduled on. Now, the Department of Transportation says that you are entitled to a full refund for a significant delay to your flight. However, they do not define what a significant delay actually means. Here's what they do say. Whether you are entitled to a refund depends on many factors, including the length of the delay, the length of the flight, and your particular circumstances. The Department of Transportation determines whether you are entitled to a refund following a significant delay on a case-by-case basis. So, if you call the airline and you find out that you are not entitled to a refund for your non-refundable flight after a delay or a change, do not completely give up hope. Airlines don't necessarily have to refund you, but sometimes when you explain your situation, they will give you a refund or credit anyway. It's always worth asking, even if you don't have the rules on your side. Also keep in mind that customer service representatives at many of these airlines, as well as these online booking sites, have a lot of discretion in what they can offer to keep customers happy and coming back. So if you don't like the result that you had after speaking with one, I would say hang up, call the company back, and speak with someone else to see if you get a better result. There is also the 24-hour rule to keep in mind when you are booking non-refundable flights. Airlines are required to either allow passengers to cancel their reservation and receive a full refund without a penalty for 24 hours, or to allow passengers to reserve a ticket at the quoted price without actually paying for that ticket for 24 hours. Keep in mind that airlines are not required to allow you to make changes to your flight, like the date or the passenger name, within this 24-hour window free of charge. Another caveat with this 24-hour rule is that it only applies if you book with the airline directly. So if you went to United.com or Delta.com as opposed to going to a site like Expedia to make the booking. Third-party booking agencies like Expedia, like Flight Network, or a travel agent that you may go to in person can definitely offer you a 24-hour cancellation window, but they do not have to. This brings up another important point as to who do you actually go to if you're requesting a refund. Is it the airline that you're flying with, or is it the site that you booked with? When in doubt, check with your bank statements. If you were charged by selloffvacations.com, that is who you want to go to receive the refund, even if you're flying with American Airlines. American Airlines will not be able to help you unless they are the one that actually charged your credit card. You may also be wondering when you can expect to receive a refund after the request has been made. Regardless of who owes you, if you're owed a refund, it should be processed to the original payment method within 7 business days if you paid by credit card. If you went to an actual human travel agent and paid by cash or check, then they have 20 business days to pay you back. The agency or the airline keeping your money longer than this 7 or 20-day period is unacceptable. You are essentially giving them an interest-free loan. In the description, I'm going to link to where you can file a complaint against the airline in the US if this is the case. It's through the Department of Transportation's Air Consumer website. It's also surprisingly user-friendly. Also, all of this information is pertaining to flights within, to, and from the United States. If you are flying within Europe instead, know that you are actually in a much better position to receive compensation as well as refunds for delayed and canceled flights. I'll also leave a link in the description to where you can find your passenger rights. Let me know in the comments if you have ever accepted a credit instead of a refund for a canceled flight. I certainly have, because I just didn't know any better. It's not up to the airline to educate us on our passenger rights, and if they offer us a flight credit or something instead of the refund that we are entitled to, and we accept, that's on us. Please don't forget to give this video a quick like, and then I also hope you'll subscribe for travel hacks as well as more travel tips like how to actually get a refund even when the airline says no. Thanks for watching and safe travels. Bye.